Vacation. Hey word nerds, happy weekend and happy Canadian Thanksgiving weekend and possibly Columbus Day and other holidays as well. But the important thing is, by the time you are watching this, I am at a cottage surrounded by books, catching up on my reading at long last. So I recorded this ahead of time so I wouldn't miss a day with you guys, but I've been looking forward to this weekend for so long. It's just going to be a nice, relaxing autumn weekend surrounded by books and tea and board games and puppies and movies and all of the wonderful things in the world. But it's brought up an important issue and one that has plagued me forever. Packing as a book nerd. It's not an easy thing to do. So I'm only gone from Friday afternoon to Monday afternoon, which isn't really that long. So I'm trying to limit myself to this one bag, which you would think is totally reasonable when you consider the fact that I'm only bringing one set of real clothing, as I don't really plan to leave the house or wear anything besides pajamas, except when grocery shopping and visiting my favorite used bookstore. So I don't really need that much in terms of clothing. What I do need is lots and lots of reading options. Unless you've already made the switch to all ebooks all the time, you are well aware of how much space physical books take up and how much they weigh. There's just no scenario in which you can bring every single book that you might want to read when you're going on vacation. This is especially awful if you're going somewhere by an airplane and you're limited to one suitcase, everything you'll need for an entire week, and as many books as you can shove in there without going over the weight limit. It's just kind of a nightmare. Thankfully, that is not something I have to worry about today, as what makes more sense for 3 days of reading than bringing along a trilogy? I will be bringing the Cahill Witch Chronicles by Jessica Spotswood, I'll reread Born Wicked, and then finally figure out what happens in the rest of the series. But if you're looking for a relaxing weekend away, you probably don't want to box yourself into just one series, just one author, so I'm also bringing Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I don't imagine I will finish this one in a weekend, but even if I make a dent in it, it'll make it seem a little less intimidating when I finally do have time to read this book, which I'm sure will be amazing. And because I suffer from an unfortunate book nerd curse in that I get nauseous if I try to read in the car, I'll also be bringing along an audiobook on my phone to listen to on the way there and on the way back. I recently read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart and I absolutely loved it, so another E. Lockhart book seemed like a good choice. I'm going to be listening to The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau Banks, and I have no idea what it's about, but I'm pretty excited about it anyway. That's it for today. Have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you will all join my fellow word nerds tomorrow for a live chat where they will be talking about spooky books, which is good timing because I'm too much of a coward to read any of them.